Is this regarding Kongtown?
Yes, hello. I just shot
Okay.
someone in a
You
parking
just shot
lot.
someone? Who did you shoot?
I don't know. What is your name? Garrett Hughes. Garrett Hughes.
Okay. Why'd you shoot him?
He came at me aggressively in my parking lot at Kongtown.
Okay, we have units en route. You said he approached you aggressively?
Yes.
Are you the owner of Kongtown?
Yes. Please send ambulance.
Yes, there's units en route. Is he awake?
Yes. Are you awake?
Okay, do me a favor. I need you to put the weapon away. Can you do that for me?
Yes, the weapon is set aside.
Okay, there's a unit pulling up right now. Okay, can you tell me where you hurt him, where you injured? Where?
In the stomach.
Okay. We have units pulling up, okay?
On February 13, 2023, Key West business owner, Lloyd Preston Brewer calls 911. He reports that he just shot someone. The victim, Garrett Hughes, 21 years old, was leaving Kongtown Liquor and Lounge. The small shopping center where the bar is located is owned by Lloyd Preston Brewer. Brewer shot Garrett after he had urinated on the side of the building. When officers arrived around 12:30 a.m., they found him lying on the ground and wounded. He died shortly after. Brewer was brought to the police station for questioning.
All right, first, before we start anything, because formality, I'm going to read you your rights, okay? You get your water?
I got water.
I'm going to read you your rights and go through this. I'll have you sign it just saying that I read them to you. And
Read the rights?
Yeah. And then,
I'll just sign it and what it says.
and then if you want to, I'll have to read them. It's a formality. And then you want to give us your story. I'm here to listen. Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and to have him present with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning if you wish. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. You understand those rights? Okay. Do me a favor, just read this here. Do you have your glasses? Okay.
Cheers.
Yep, there you go. Just read this here for me. The waiver of rights. If you could read it out loud for me.
I have read this statement of my rights, and I understand that my rights are, or what my rights are. I am willing to make a statement and answer questions. I do not want a lawyer at this time. I understand and I know what I'm doing. I promise. No promises or threats have been made to me, and no pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me.
Okay.
It's very simple.
Okay. And if I could borrow your cheaters, because I can't see. All right. All right. Pretty much. Tell me what happened, and start if you can. Just start I guess the night that you were at Kongtown that night.
Correct.
Okay. So go ahead and let me know. Tell me what you got.
I was there for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I was with my niece and her boyfriend.
Okay.
They left. I am now single, so I hung out for a little bit longer to see if maybe a potential suitor might show up.
Okay.
Nothing happened. I was ready to go home. I noticed there was a lot of activity going to and from the back door.
Okay.
As we have discussed in the past,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
So I went out back to just see what was going on. As you know, I am armed. nature of my business, my property.
All right.
I went out back, and there was not one, this was not a drug dealer, I don't think, just a guy. And he had buddies with him, and there were cars, but he was in between two cars. There were people on either side, and I guess they were all together. I don't know. They hadn't come from inside the bar. I don't know where they came from. And he's pissing in the parking lot and on the building. And I said, man, can't you just go I'll be honest, can't you just go in the fucking bar and piss in the toilet? And we exchanged words. And as it progressed, he became more agitated and approached me. And I said, look, I own this. Stop. He continued to approach me. I said, I'm armed. It appeared as though he was reaching for something. The first shot went off this way. The second shot went off up in the air. To the best of my recollection, he was already on top of me. It would happen that fast.
Okay.
There's no doubt I fired a weapon.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't let me wash my hands.
All right. Yeah, we'll do that after.
It happened.
All right.
I immediately, once he was down, did not continue to assault him, set my firearm on the hood of a car, awaiting the arrival of the police. I did not render aid because other people showed up to render aid.
Okay.
And I know he's got a lot of witnesses. They're going to say a lot of different things. That's what happened from my perspective.
Okay.
But I can tell you, he was on me so fast that my second shot went in the air.
Okay.
It was that fast. It was on my property. I stood my ground. I feared for my life. Period.
Okay. Just so I know, if you can, draw me a little map. You know the property. Draw me a map where it was on the parking lot. So the parking lot's back here, like this. That's the rear parking lot, right? Okay. Let's say this is the door for Comptown.
Right here.
Okay, just draw it right there. Show me. What's it, by the trailers or?
No. So there was a car. You know the way the back parking lot is.
Yeah.
Like this, right?
Okay.
No, not over here. Not. These are the dumpsters.
Right.
Right. Here's that Jeep that's been sitting there forever.
Yes.
It was approximately here. There was a truck parked here. After it happened about here.
Okay.
I laid my firearm there.
Okay. All right. When did you make contact with him?
And as I came out,
Uh-huh.
I was walking this direction. It started here.
Okay. And where did it happen? Did the altercation happen like in the parking lot itself, or
In the parking lot itself.
Okay, so
Not in the bar.
No, not in the bar. I'm saying well.
Were you in between the parking
In between the
cars,
cars, or
closer to
was
this
that?
building here,
Right,
or the
in
car
between
towards
the
middle
in
of
between the
parking
cars.
lot?
Okay.
Right here.
All right.
All of that's a matter of fact. There's cameras everywhere. Right?
Okay.
So all of that is a matter of fact.
Okay.
And then as he approached me, I identified, I own all of this.
Yeah.
It's all my property.
Okay.
I identified myself as the owner of the property. I identified myself as being armed. He still approached and appeared as though he was going for something.
Okay.
What
did he tell you when you told him about what?
We were going back, like, who the fuck are you? We were just going back and forth on this thing, and it just, that fast.
Okay.
It was not a long, drawn-out process. It really wasn't. Because if it had been, then his buddies that were here would have, had they all come in together and it been a fist fight, things might have ended differently. But that dude was agitated already. I mean, you can test me for drugs or whatever, I don't know. I swear I hope he's okay. I hit him in the abdomen. I don't think I hit him with the second shot, because the second shot went in the air. It was that fast.
So when the altercation happened, that you all came together, was there any contact with you on him? Did you grab him? Did he grab you? Was there any hand contact?
Not to my recollection.
Okay.
It happened so fast, but when somebody's coming at you that fast,
I got you.
it doesn't matter.
All right.
Now, if we're going to get into very minute particulars, that's what I'm going to ask for a lawyer.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you the overall scope of what happened. And the reason I asked for you is you understand the dynamics of that establishment.
Yes, I do.
And so you know I'm armed all the time. Nature of my business and what goes on back there. And really all I was doing was walking through here to see what was going on, to give you a call if something was happening.
All right.
That's it.
When you
We've been in contact a lot.
No, we have, and you always tell me people have been doing stuff back there. We got a good relationship.
In all honesty, I don't think they were dealing with anything. I think they were just drunk guys.
Okay.
They're local, I think.
All right.
And I can tell you, one of them's probably going to try to kill me based on
Did they say anything?
the looks. And finally, your officer that did not detain me,
Right.
really, he didn't handcuff me, but we went sat on my back steps. Because originally I was looking at the scene, and the guy was looking at me like, yeah, I'm going to get even with you. And the officer saw it too, and he said, just come sit over here.
Right.
Just look this direction.
All right. So, just so I get it right, you walked out of here, you were walking, you walked out of Countdown, and you walk in there when you when you engaged in the
He's over there pissing, and he zipped his pants up, and we had words, and he came at me.
Okay.
And, I mean, there's no reason for me to go with a guy that's just pissing other than verbally. Just, really, go to the fucking bar. They got 3 bathrooms.
I got you. No.
So I don't know, beyond that, I didn't know him. He had no reason to have malice for me that I'm aware of.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people know me, you know that.
Yeah.
I did not recognize him as someone that I'd run into before.
Okay. All right. And as far as words, you can't remember what he told you or anything like that?
It was all, I hate to say it, but in the heat of battle, in the heat of the moment, words are exchanged. Yes. Can I be verbally abusive? Yes, I can. But did I walk up and strike him to cause him to come at me? No.
All right. Okay.
No. Look at my size. I mean, no.
I got you.
And my recollection is the guy was a little bit taller than I am.
All right. Did he hit you? Did he strike you?
No, he came at me in a threatening manner.
Okay.
And it appeared as though he was reaching for something. But he was coming at me.
All right.
And
Did you see what he was reaching at or anything like that?
I did not.
Okay.
What do you mean by the threatening manner? Like, what could he threaten?
No, he's going to have his words and we're going to have issues. Because I mean, where he ended up, the best of my recollection, was outside here. Okay?
Behind the cars.
Right. Outside. Now, you tell me if I'm incorrect. But so he obviously came toward me.
Okay.
Did you find him here, next to the building? No. You found him in the middle of the parking lot, which is where I was, which means he came to me.
Okay.
When you came out, where were his friends?
There was a friend. Okay. I don't know if they were his friends.
Right.
But there were other people. There were some over here and some over here, but there were cars here and here. That's my recollection. So it was like he was isolated.
So he was by himself, like staying pissing.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're not sitting around watching pigs.
Right.
Was there anybody back here by the back door? Anybody hanging out back there?
I walked out, I don't believe there was at the time. There was immediately afterwards.
Okay.
We were all kind of people everywhere
All right.
afterwards.
At what point did you draw on him? Was it here?
When I fired, he was about this close. Because I fired on him. It appeared as though he was reaching for something, and he's coming at me. And by the time he got that close, I fired, and he's on top of me.
Okay. Did he fall on you?
He came, yeah.
Or did he
My second shot went in the air.
Okay, so you fell on the ground? Do you remember if you fell on the ground and fell back?
Yeah, he came at me. Yeah, because I got up, but he wasn't on top of me by the time it all ended. He was on the ground.
Okay. So I'm just trying to.
Do you remember where he was reaching? Like, was he reaching?
It looked like on his side.
Okay.
Which is where I carry a firearm.
Okay.
I mean, there was no reason for this. This was.
Do you remember if you were holding the gun with one hand or with two hands?
Me?
Mm-hmm. Were you able to actually
When
punch out properly?
I don't know. I will tell you what the best of my recollection is.
I'm sure it happened pretty fast.
2, 1.
Okay.
I mean, it was that fast.
Fast.
And just to get, so you walking towards him, yeah.
I'm not walking toward him, he's walking toward me.
Okay.
Do you want to show?
Like,
Mommy?
I'm trying to get did you fall? You said you got up off the ground?
Yeah, because when he came, my second shot went in the air.
Okay.
It was that fast.
Okay. Right.
And I'm going to maintain stand your ground all day long. I mean, it's my parking lot. He's coming at me. What I hope comes out of this, I understand your job. And I understand friends don't cross that line for your job. I think this is a case for a grand jury.
Oh, that's what we're here. Do you know my job?
Yep. I think this is a case for a grand jury to investigate all the facts.
This is something that we get all the facts. We get everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We put everything together.
And you know,
and before we do anything,
I don't want to go to jail tonight, but you know I'm not going anywhere. So, you take it to a grand jury.
That's up to the state, Preston. We put everything together. We take it to the state, then they make that decision.
But you know, this wasn't a revenge thing. This wasn't one of the dealers back there. It wasn't like I was hunting somebody.
I got you.
In no way, shape, or form.
I got you. You had gone to the bar earlier. What time do you think you got to the bar?
We watched the whole Super Bowl.
The whole Super Bowl? Okay. How many drinks you think you might have had?
Probably 3.
3? Was it drinks or beers? What were you drinking? Beers?
I don't drink liquor.
You just drink beer?
Oh.
Okay. And what time did you get there, you think?
We got the Uber at... You got my phone?
No, they have it, I believe. You got it in there? You got the time that you got the Uber?
The Uber.
Okay. We could look at it. So you had an Uber took you there? So you didn't even drive there?
No.
Okay.
So the Uber took us... No, because we've learned if you drink 1 or 2 beers, don't drive because that FHP is
everywhere right now.
everywhere. No, I mean, we're that responsible. So my niece and
What's your niece's name?
Arabi Luke,
How do you spell that?
Arabi.
Damn, I had
Luke,
A-R-I.
O-U-K-E.
Huh?
Luke, O-U-K-E.
Yep,
That's your niece, right?
correct.
Okay.
And
She had left already.
her and Alex Kruger. Alex
Okay.
showed up later because he was working tonight.
That's your boyfriend?
Yes.
I think that's on that for now. I'm gonna do the swaps in your hand for the GSR.
I don't deny that I shot a firearm.
Do you remember what hand you shot it with? Right hand? Damn things.
No, man, you got it.
Yeah.
Those are my size, so you may not.
Oh, then you might have to do it then.
There you go.
I just gotta get the little thing out of here.
Oh, no, these might be big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's big one.
He claimed that the shooting was in self-defense. But he didn't know that the entire scene had been captured on CCTV. Brewer approached the shirtless victim to confront him. He pulled out a gun and pumps a shot into Garrett's stomach. Police would describe the defendant as going into a shooting stance. It was clear for the investigators that Brewer didn't act in self-defense, as the victim was unarmed and didn't have an aggressive behavior. It was all pure revenge. Lloyd Preston Brewer was charged with second-degree murder and is currently being held in the Monroe County Jail without bond.